Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching The Flight Attendant, Season 2, Episode 1.
Seeing double. Indeed, she is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm excited. This was fun, as was the first season. I am a little nervous because we're going to be watching it quasi-weekly.
Yeah.
And she likes to make choices.
Already in this, I mean, okay, the thing about the choice she made in this episode is that it at least immediately bit her in the ass, but she, like, lied to her... Okay, we'll set it up. We did an episode where we kind of recapped Season 1. Cassie is a CIA asset, a civilian asset.
Which means...
being nailed into the ground, So she basically, I don't actually know what she's meant to be doing. Just like
I think she just watches and takes notes.
Okay.
She's already going above and beyond.
Which they have apparently expressly asked her not to do multiple times.
And it's to the point where it's like causing them trouble.
Right. So her handler's name is Benjamin. It's Mo McRae. He is fine.
He is so hot. I was like, oh my God, when he was just sitting there in the parking lot.
So she's also just throwing it away with both hands because she's got this boyfriend, Marco, who may or may not be real.
Okay, I said that. Did you agree with me?
I like it. I like if that's true.
Until we see him talk to someone else, right. I don't know that I'm buying it because we are dealing with an unreliable narrator.
Yeah. So he's also hot as fuck. His name is Santiago Cabrera. So regardless, she's doing all these things. She's going above and beyond. She's like...
Well, she has also relocated to
Los Angeles. I'm a little bummed.
I'm not.
I mean, it's pretty...
She's got one of those bungalows.
Yeah. Oh, it's so cute.
They had it on Animal Kingdom. Yeah. And it's like, oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah. It's so cute. I really love New York in a way that you hate it with like every fiber of your being. And so I think shows that take place in New York have a real like
There's
vibe.
There's going to be plenty of jet setting.
Of course. Yeah. It's not the jet setting I'm worried about. I like I'm going to sound like such a fucking idiot, but I really like the energy of New York. And it just like, I think it brings something to TV shows.
It's cold and dirty and people are mean and there's too much.
People in New York are kind, but they're not nice. That's the difference.
Okay.
She's still also hanging out with Shane. They are like meeting up at LAX like sometimes in Crossing. She's flying with Jada in this episode.
I think Jada's going to have a slightly
I hope so.
beefed up role.
I hope so because
Jada's
she's a lot of fun.
Still not buying any of it. And who is the actress?
Her name is Yasha Jackson.
She peppers in a lot of little moments because it's like an antagonistic character like that can be difficult.
Yeah.
And she just it's some of the looks, it's some of the like line deliveries and stuff. She's really appealing.
Yeah, she's super fun. I love her because she's not even necessarily an antagonist, but she's like a foil kind of.
Well, from Cassie's point of view.
Yeah, but it's like because we have like legitimate antagonists in this show, and she just is like this just low level bitch that she works with sometimes, and she's apparently based out of Seattle now, so kind of.
Well, but it also seems that she was promoted because she's doing Megan's.
Well, I think she was like, I'm senior on this flight. I don't know anything about the like order of hierarchy amongst flight attendants, but. Regardless, so far it's really fun. Cassie's doing amazing. She's going to AA. She's almost a year sober. She's eating hot tamales for the sugar fix, which I don't understand. Pick any other candy.
So alcoholism can really fry your taste buds?
Oh, so maybe it's the spicy.
The spice might be.
I don't like hot tamales. You're right.
It's like cinnamon.
Right.
Like
no, I know I don't.
Okay,
it's too much.
I just know that it can like fry your.
That's interesting. And she was just drinking warm straight vodka constantly, so you're probably right. So she is doing amazing. Shora Agdashlu is her sponsor.
I don't trust a single person.
No.
Do you
want to know who I trust the least?
Grace.
No, because Mae Martin has such a sweet face. Yeah, no. The one who I trust the least is Cheryl Hines.
But it's too much too quick.
She's wearing an all-white suit. It's
not. I'm just saying, we shouldn't be like 3 minutes into her first episode and be like,
Well, sure. Of course, Mae Martin.
Unless she's a classic villain, in which case, but.
I don't know. Whatever. Grace.
I love Cheryl Hines so much. Yeah. Watch all 3 seasons of Suburgatory on the CW Seed. That's what it's called.
Yeah. It's got commercials. It's such a bad app. Just find it somewhere.
It's the only place you can watch all 3 seasons of Suburgatory.
Do watch it, though.
I have the first season on.
Nice.
You can't see it.
Yeah.
I'm pointing to it. I'm touching it right now. But they never released 2 or 3. She was so funny. Ignorance is bliss. What? Oh, that's just bliss. Don't trust her. She's ignorant. Sorry.
Okay, so her name is Dot, and she is like not the director of the CIA, but she's Benjamin's
boss.
Her
name's Dot?
Yeah.
In the trash. She's a villain.
Dot Carlson. Yeah.
Hard villain.
I told you.
I'm there now.
Regardless. She's here. It's amazing. Like we said, Mae Martin is here playing a character named Grace St. James, who is like a fellow flight attendant.
Well, so Grace, it seems Grace is like engaging with Cassie. So she has been assigned a job.
Maybe.
To either monitor Cassie and approve of her going into the next step, or so she's like,
okay, but you think she's CIA, not necessarily. Okay, but the CIA is absolutely dirty because that guy with the milky eye who absolutely exploded the car with the mark in this episode works there. It's dirty. The CIA is dirty.
Everyone's dirty.
Everyone's dirty.
No, I'm just saying Grace was coming at her like she was given an assignment.
That's fair.
And I also like that because what was the thing about the handkerchief where she was like, I like to keep them guessing.
Yeah, I like it because it's kitschy, but it also keeps everybody guessing. So they're not sure how to like pin me down. Because Mae Martin is non-binary, but she uses she and they pronouns. So, but I do love her little face. I don't know. She's so appealing.
She's also not Agnes Dean. That's
what you were having a hard time. So the other, like,
there's more.
No, there's way more. But the other like big regular thing in this episode is that Annie and Max came to visit Cassie.
And he cut his hair.
It's fine. He's still so cute. They also got engaged.
He cut his hair and grew a beard, and I'm usually pro beard. I'm not anti beard here, but I miss the hair. It was the shag. It was because I don't love men with like curly hair, but it was
like wave. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think the beard detracts from the nose.
I don't know. I think it's all working.
It's not. He's not suddenly unattractive. But he's less like swashbuckling. Maybe I'm having a hard time letting go of the Aladdin of it all.
That might be.
He was Aladdin on Once Upon a Time. That wasn't a weird microaggression.
Weird comment.
He was Aladdin on Once Upon a Time, and we really liked him and Karen David.
Yeah. Oh yeah. God, Karen David. So yeah, they're here for a visit. I guess Annie has been suspended from practicing law for like about a year.
Yeah, by who?
By the bar.
For doing what? Leaving her shady law firm that was working with criminals? Like who?
No, she probably got in trouble for giving the guy cyanide.
But they told her to do that. Okay.
Yeah, her law firm's dirty. So regardless.
I'm curious. I kind of wanted that conversation they had about the engagement was so funny.
Amazing.
That's like her character.
Yeah.
Could be so annoying.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like it could just fall into that sort of like ball busty like working lady, and Zasha
she brings something to it,
and he's so game.
Yeah,
like even just the joke about like letting them eat both his arms.
Yeah, and he just was like, okay. I love him. He's so cute. So Cassie is acting obviously and noticeably just batshit bonkers around them, and she's like, I had to run out for like an AA thing, and then she comes back and is like, I had to help her move something.
Well, she was handling it because Annie was like in leopard boots, and she's like, I didn't know you were the police of like lamps or
like what you should wear when you're moving lamps. Regardless, she then also Megan is still in the mix because Megan's like calling her and mailing her something. So like Megan mailed her that key.
Well, Megan said, did you get the key?
Yeah.
I don't know that Megan mailed it to her. I think Megan might have also gotten a key.
Oh, I don't know that.
I mean, maybe.
But Megan is like in dire straits.
I have a bad habit. It's not really a bad habit, but I like when I know there's a mystery, I don't trust anything. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm like playing 90 chess.
Yeah. So like,
and by that, I mean 90 boards.
No, God, that's so much. So Megan is in dire straits. She's like hiding in the walls of some place, and she's like not answering Cassie's phone call at the end.
It looked kind of like piratey.
Yeah.
Like it looked kind of like.
There's like, I can't tell if she's like being held captive or if she's just in hiding.
I thought that for a minute.
Okay.
I think to me, it seemed like she was still working.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but she said she's trying to fix it at the end of season 1, that she was like gonna fix it for her, like her husband and everything. So I'm not sure.
Cassie's also not prioritizing it. I mean, she's got her own shit going on, but
yeah,
I'm like, Megan was working for North Korea.
Yeah, she just like has, I don't know. I agree with you, but also Cassie has 2 jobs and Megan did treason. So like she can't even ask the CIA for help because Megan did treason. I loved
the conversation that they had with, it was Benjamin and Dot, where Dot was sort of like defending Cassie, and she was like, she woke up with a murdered man and got back to the States. Like, she was like, that's the kind of gumption we need.
Yeah. Well, and she like, at first it seemed like she was being like genuinely nice to Cassie, and she was like, you know, women have a big problem. It's like whatever we do is called reckless, and the men do it, and it's called like bold or gumption or whatever. And but then it was like almost immediately she was like, you shouldn't have your phone in here, and are you sure you're feeling okay? And
well, like, the phone, that to me was hilarious because
that she just made it in with her phone. Yeah, it is funny
because she was like, how do you have your phone?
But it's because Cheryl Hines specifically was like, that was just a gas explosion. And I was like, that man's car blew up. That's not a gas leak.
I was assuming that meant Cheryl Hines took the official like story, but you're thinking that I
think they're covering it up because the guy with the milky eye was in the CIA building at the end. Mm-hmm. So and they were the ones listening to the guy, Will, and the Cassie doppelganger fuck around upstairs. And he was choking her out, too, while they were going at it.
I thought it was rude killing Will.
He was handsome. Of course he was going to die. He was handsome, though.
I don't know what to make of the double, other than given the tone of the show, I kind of feel like she has to be real. I just don't know.
Someone took Cassie's bag. Yeah. Put the bloody wig in there and stuff. Because she gets her bag back at the end, and it's full of, like, something.
A lot happened in this episode.
Something's on that, what are they called? The, like...
Viewfinder.
Something's on that. She should pick it up again and look at it.
Well, and Annie and Max are aware of it. They're part of it now.
I'm pretty sure it's in the trailers, so I think it must be...
I didn't watch.
So I think it must be in episode 2, but she tells them what she's doing. Which that's a nice step forward, that she's like looping people in way earlier. But yeah, I don't know. I really liked this episode. I thought it was super fun.
She's also...
Oh, she's got a new mind palace.
Do we think she has... I guess it wouldn't be DID, but do we think she has a disorder? Or
I don't know.
Is this just a storytelling?
I think it's more of a storytelling device, because to me, it's like there were like 4 other versions of her. So it's because the reason I don't think it's DID or something diagnosable is because the little girl version of her was there. And so that's just, I think it's sort of like reckoning all the parts of herself together. And I think partially the guy in the AA meeting who was like, oh, I remember when I was on a pink fluffy cloud in my first year of sobriety too. That's a real thing. And so I kind of feel like she is doing the work on the outside, kind of, but I don't necessarily think she's still doing...
That doesn't sound like Cassie.
So, like, outwardly, it looks like she's doing, like, really amazing, but I think she still has, like, mental things to work through. And so, like, the little girl, her was there, and her that, like, woke up with Alex, and then a teenager, and then, like the flight attendant, Cassie. And so I think she's just going to have to reckon all the parts of herself together. Is
it 8 episodes? Again,
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's about it for this first one.
Yeah. Super fun though. So we're going to watch the second one and come back, but it's 2, 2, and then 1, 1, 1, 1.
So 9.
No. 2, 4, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. It's 8.
2 millennia.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we'll be back after that. The next one.
Yes, we will. Bye.